So we thought we would start out by offering an explanation.
Oh, yes.
You forgot the reason we were doing this video. Leading from our last video into this one. So as you all saw, there was a lot of differing opinion from medical professionals. We got one answer from MD Anderson on whether or not we should go on the trip, and a different answer from the local oncologist, which she was very adamant about, which left us unsure about everything. Sorry to leave you guys with a cliffhanger there.
It was sobering and kind of brought me to reality a bit. It really made us consider if I was healthy enough to travel and to be out of the country for that long. I don't think that we really thought about that because I felt fine at the time.
Oh, I thought about it.
She thought about it, I did.
I mean, we talked briefly about it the night before after you woke up and I told you what MD Anderson had to say. I think you were still processing Avastin and that was coming into play.
Well, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning too.
No, it wasn't. It was 9.
It was after a very long nap.
It was 9 p.m. and you thought it was the next day.
Yeah.
Yes. In the end, I was always going to leave it up to him, but I kind of played devil's advocate on both sides. So at one point he was like, "We're going," and that was in the very beginning. And then he came to a point of saying, "We're not going." And he was pretty adamant about that. But I played the other side and said, you know, this is something that you really want to do, and let's talk through the worst case scenarios. Let's see if we can find solutions for those scenarios. And then we're as prepared as we can be. And if you feel comfortable at that point, we can move forward. So at the end of the last video, you heard a phone call.
You were calling the U.S. Embassy here in Japan.
She gave me lots of resources. It led me into exploring different things that we needed to know before we came, like travel insurance, which we did not get. And that's because he has a pre-existing condition. So none of them would cover his condition here. But I called our insurance company and they would cover it. We would just have to file it after we get back to the States. So there's different things like that were in our minds, like we don't want to leave Japan in $100,000 in medical bills. There were questions of what do we do if we're on the plane and there's a medical emergency and we're on a 14-hour flight and we're over the ocean. We talked about what those emergencies might look like, and we really came to a point of clearly deciding that the reward outweighed the risk and that we were prepared enough to go.
So we're here. We have made sure to stay in places that are easy access to a hospital.
So here's our day of travel into Japan. Enjoy. What's in your bag? Socks. They're socks. Socks. A cleansing towelette. An eye mask. The tiniest tube of toothpaste. The regular size toothbrush. And a pillow. And a blanket. Noise canceling, just like your mom wanted. Aww. She will. Oh, and your slippers. Can I have some grape juice in just a minute here? Okay, so you can control your light, play your TV.
Probably call the people over.
Look. What? This is my big glass of sparkling wine. Music controls for our seats. Are you getting excited?
Yes.
This feels like we're finally going to Japan, huh?
Yes.
You want me to do that for you?
Yes.
You gotta pull them all the way up. You did it! Yay! We landed in Japan at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 17th of September. The airport reminded me of some sort of industrial factory because a lot of the pipes were exposed, as you can see from this clip. We had a wheelchair attendant who assisted us. We always pre-arrange to have this when we travel so Nick doesn't have to stand around in the long lines. We need it. We made it through customs and we have our bus tickets to our hotel. I did currency exchange. That was terrifying. Everything feels terrifying because I've never done it before. So far, so good. First step outside. Okay. Is this the air conditioner? What is this? A trash can? What is this?
Oh, trash can.
Well, it has a panel on the front that comes off. So there's that. It says Panasonic. Just push buttons. Nothing's happening. Alright, lots of buttons on the toilet.
I'm scared of that. What's that shower?
What's a bidet?
You know what the day is?
Oh, that's
There
different.
are different buttons.
Well, there's a phone in there too.
Oh, good.
Now the light on the closet comes on automatically, but the light in the room does not. Got these little guys. I will look up what that is. And coffee. I don't know if it's coffee or tea.
Ready for this. It's coming any second now. Here it comes.
And let me see who that is. Maybe they can tell us how to open the curtains. How do you open the curtain?
Oh, okay, pre-wedding.
I was looking for buttons, I just couldn't find them. So.
Oh, today.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, 6 months. Today. Also,
What is this?
oh, today. Air cleaning.
Oh, air.
Oh, yes.
And then what is that? I'm sorry.
So cleaning. Today.
Air purifier?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Of course it's a journal.
That's how I tape.
Ooh.
Happy 8th wedding anniversary. Which one's me? Which one's you?
You got jokes.
I got some skinny legs and a skinny neck. I like the blue shirt. Nice touch.
Uh-huh.
Here are just a few of the reasons why I love parking. Oh, make me cry over here.
You're right. That's what makes it work, is how different we are.
The oh my just makes me make it better. Oh my. This is cool. I prefer to be in my traditional evening wear.
I'm so sorry your plaid robe was not a illustration option. Okay.
Flip-flops are a good touch too. This is really cool. I miss you more apart. I miss you too when we're apart. Which is why I got this brain cancer.
So that we would
So that I
never
can stay
be
home with
apart?
you. Yes.
That's perfect.
After traveling all day, we were both pretty exhausted, so we decided to have a low-key anniversary dinner at the fancy restaurant in the hotel. I had a soup and salad, and Nick had a fish fillet. There is a ton more to come, so keep checking back for our Japan travel videos. I am so excited